Now, if there's a place that's feeling the effects of the travel restrictions and lockdowns, it is this capital of Lesotho, Maseru. Trade here depends almost entirely on what's imported through the borders. But also, there are Basotho who are stranded in South Africa who are unable to come home. Some have made illegal crossings. We understand more than 2,000 came home. 1,000 of them made illegal crossings through borders with the two countries. But also there are South Africans who are stranded here in Lesotho. NetJoints in South Africa is not able to make space quickly enough in quarantine centers for them to go back, even if they're using their own transportation, so that they can go to work or even receive their grants that they get every month. So Lesotho's new foreign minister says because of this and more, but mostly because of the close ties that the peoples of the two countries have, she wants to make her first assignment and her first phone call, her first meeting, even if it's virtual, online, with her counterpart in South Africa.
And Basotho have been so used to cross into South Africa, buy things and come back. So unless we collaborate with South Africa to make sure that we deal with these things like we are dealing with it as family, as, it's not international. We can't even call it international. It's like we have to do it for my brother and my sister. Unless we do that, South Africa, if it says we don't want to deal with Lesotho has to deal it with on its own, the problem is we'll take it from here and even if they fight with it and they make sure that they have all the best medication or whatever that they can do, we'll still take it there. If Lesotho says we don't have it, like we're saying, and let South Africa fight over it, it's a myth. It is a myth because we are so close to each other. We do things together. We need to find a way of making sure that whatever method that we use or strategies, we should collaborate on such strategies.
If Minister Angie Motshekga is opening schools and Basotho children are unable to cross the border to go to school in Ladybrand and Vepena and other border towns, then it doesn't work. So how do we then ensure that you have a special arrangement as you have a special relationship with South Africa?
I think that is a matter of having meetings with South Africa to deal with such issues. Because I said anything that affects South Africa affects us directly. There's just no way that South Africa would be at level 4 and we are at level 1. There's no way. There is just no way. Because right now, if South Africa opens schools, our children attend schools in Ladybrand. What do? We can't just leave our children. We'd have to negotiate with South Africa in terms of how do we send our children to South Africa. And South Africa cannot say, bring your children in Lesotho, from Lesotho to South Africa. Yet they don't know what kind of arrangement that we are doing in order to curb the disease. So it means we have to have close collaborations.
So how quickly can Basotho expect you to talk to Minister Naledi Pandor?
SAP. Even if it means when I get to the office tomorrow, I have to make an appointment with her and try to talk with her, I can. Because I would love to draw from what they have already done and find out if there are some other things that we can learn from them and if we can be able to exchange some ideas on that.
Of course, I will have to contact the Minister of Health in South Africa to forge sort of partnerships. But it is painful and heartbreaking to see that a month or 2 months ago, there was an initiative to set up a lab. Honestly speaking, I don't know what is happening now, but that is the first thing that I'm going to address. Make sure that we have a lab inside the country. Yeah.
We have big projects, particularly between ourselves and the Republic of South Africa, which we'll have to sit, look at, see how it's going, where we have to adjust if need be. We have wetlands, I don't want to say which are not so well taken care of, but I think it's one of my priorities. As Lesotho, I think we are the hub of the white gold that we have as water, and if we take care of our wetlands, we will be able to not so much rely on rain, but we can have enough water that can fill up our dams to help ourselves as a country as well as our neighboring countries.
I am traumatized because of COVID, and that is where it has dealt such a heavy blow, a very mortal blow. You know, even the world industry itself. But maybe we can take solace in the cultural aspect of it, because that's where we start, and especially for Lesotho as a whole, in Free State, Lesotho, South Africa, because we are approaching 200 years of the formation of Lesotho nation. So I think I'm already appealing to Lesotho all over South Africa, Lesotho, everywhere, to have that project, so that maybe by 2024 we will have a big celebration and maybe laughing at COVID of what it has done to us as the people of the world, and also in particular Lesotho as the Minister of Culture. And that will be the heart of my work and my focus.
The All Basotho Convention has confused Basotho in the sense that at one point we knew that Lesotho stood with the people of Saharawi. And then one day the Minister of Foreign Affairs came out to say that Lesotho is neutral on the issue of Saharawi. Give us clarity.
No, you should know that Lesotho has signed all the protocols. We cannot run away from that. There is just no way we can say that we didn't sign AU protocol, we didn't sign UN protocols, and we don't have SADC agreements, and today we want to look at things on our own. We're not an island. That is my first point of call from my Prime Minister. When he gave me an assignment, he said, when you get into the office, the first thing that you have to deal with is the Morocco issue. So, believe you me, within a week or two, you'll find that we've done it, finished. We've gone back. We don't agree with what happened. We are going to work on it.